welcome to Awesomeverse. Today we're going to be playing Crash Bandicoot 2. We're going to be playing it from the Crash Bandicoot trilogy, and I'm going to play this because it is an old school favourite of mine. I haven't played it in a long time, and I'm going to go through it now, step by step. So without any further ado, let's get playing. So what we're going to do is we're going to start a brand new game. We're going to start it from scratch. So we're going to click
Crash
new game.
Bandicoot 2!
And we're going to see where we how far we can go. See how far we can go. Okay, now let's have a listen.
Crystals, of course. No!
But Dr. Cortex, to reach full power, we need not only your master crystal, but also the remaining 25 slave crystals from the surface. How do you expect to retrieve them when we don't have any earthbound operatives left?
You fool! Do you think I'm unaware of the situation? If we don't have any friends left on the surface, then we'll need to find an enemy.
There's Crash.
Crash! 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 My battery is fried. Make yourself useful, big brother, and bring an extra battery for me.
Okay, this part of the game happens to be more of an introduction to the controls. So what we're going to do is we're going to give it a quick rundown. I'm just going to go run over towards this box. As you can see on the left of the screen, you have your A, X, O and Y. Not O, B. A, X, B and Y. Now your A button gives you your ability to jump. You can run and you can jump. You got your X, which gives you your traditional spin. You can spin into boxes, spin into enemies. You got your B, which makes you crouch. So you can sort of crawl underneath levels that are a little bit lower than you. And then you got your Y, which gives you your inventory at the top. So you've got your apples, your boxes, and your lives. Now I'm going to show you. Did I tell you now you've got left trigger that doesn't do anything, your left bumper that doesn't do anything, your right bumper doesn't do anything, or not right, your right trigger doesn't do anything, and your right bumper does the same option action as B, so you crouch. Now I like to, if you crouch and you press A, you can do a super jump. Can you see that? He does the splits in the air. That's the highest that he can jump. And if you press A, then whilst in the air press B, do a belly flop, and then you can do a power slam. You need that in a few levels. And if you run and you press your B, you can slide. Or if you run and you can press your right bumper, you can slide. And that's pretty much the controls. Okay, just gonna see if I can jump on her head. Did I jump on her? No, I'll jump on her. That was just me being silly. Okay, so that's basically the controls. So you got your jump, your slide, and if you use the cursor really slowly, you can actually strut. Anyway, so that's the basic controls. So now what we're going to do is, you've got any boxes like this, you can bounce on them, and they give you multiple apples, and they can give you anything from 5 apples to 10 apples. This box here, you bounce on it, just gives you 1 apple. Okay, and then you've got to make sure you jump over the over holes. Some of them are deadly holes. That's just luckily not that bad. You have here an Ooga Ooga mask. There we go. It's a shield. It just allows you to get hit one time and still continue the gameplay. So I ran and I slid into the whatever that creature is. So lives are basically Crash Bandicoot's head. The image, it just looks like it is at the top. So I press Y again. See, he just sometimes you can find them in boxes and sometimes they're out in the open. So you're going to jump over this hole here because you would fall down and die. You can collect apples on the way. If you spin into any apples, they can tend to fly away and you can lose them. So be careful when spinning on them. So what I'll do here is I'm going to spin the bottom box, which gives me 1 apple, and then I'm going to bounce on this one. See there? Which then that gives me 4 apples, I think it was. Right, jump on that box, give me 1 apple. Okay, and then this box here, I jump on it, give you 10 apples. So question mark boxes, they vary in how many apples that they can give you. Now these boxes here with the arrow are bounce boxes, I like to call them, and basically you can feel like trampolines. You can just bounce on them and bounce on them and bounce on them. They can get broken, you can spin on them like so, or you can belly flop them, or you can slide into them or spin them just like so, and they do give you an apple. So what I'm going to do here now is go through here, and then I'm going to end up into the official game, and that is the warp rooms. So let's do this. So now we're loading into the warp room, and we'll have a conversation, well, not have a conversation, we'll listen to Cortex in a moment.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Crash Bandicoot, welcome. I apologize for the crude means used to bring you here, but I'd rather expect a written invitation would have been turned down. I need your help. Surrounding you are a series of 5 doors. Through each door lies a well-hidden crystal. The crystals look like this. Bring me the crystals, Crash. That is all I will say for now. We will speak again.
Oh, so we will speak again, will we? Right, anyway. So this is basically the first level of the warp room. And each warp room consists of 5 levels. So you have Turtle Woods, Snow Go, Hang 8, the Pits, Crash Dash. Then you have this one here, which will open up as a warp room, which will be the level's bad guy. But we'll get to there as soon as we can. And as you can see here, on the left hand side you can see slots where crystals and gems are supposed to be sitting. So there's a you can either call it white or silver, it's entirely up to you. A silver or white gem at the top, a purple crystal, and then a blue gem. And then there's a time trial cross at the bottom, and it's best to not worry about the time trials until at the very end. Reason being, once you've completed it, you can then enter all these levels again, but this time with fast shoes, because that's the reward that you get. So then you've got Snow Go, you've got a white gem, purple crystal, and a red gem. Now, sometimes when you want to collect these gems, you can't actually get them in that level in Snow Go. You have to enter them through a special warp room, but we'll show you that when we get to it. Because during this whole warp room, I can get everything bar the red one, and the red one you get when you've completed the boss and you do another level and you go upwards. And by upwards is by standing here and then you press left bumper to go up and right bumper, left bumper to go down, right bumper to go up. But we'll get to that again. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through Turtle Woods. And in Turtle Woods, I'm going to see if I can go for the blue crystal first, by being kind to all the boxes to earn a special gem. So basically what it's saying is it gives you a hint. Some hints are the same, and some you might find different. But by saying be kind to all the crystals, what it's telling you is don't break any, not all the crystals, be kind to all the boxes. What it's saying is don't break any box, and if you can go through the whole level without doing that, then you can earn a blue crystal or blue gem. So what we're going to do is we're going to run without breaking anything, dodging every creature. I'll explain the creatures in a moment to you, maybe when I do the level the second time round to get the other crystal. Now you can get the bad guys, you can get all bad animals, so that's fine. Now here you got to be careful because I've got to jump over. And in order to jump over, you've got to bounce on that one there, like that. It's not broken, but you bounced on it. Then you want to slide and jump, like so. Pass through here. Oh, watch out for him. And then we want to. There's no point even attempting to jump as far as you can. Reason being is that distance is a little bit too far. There's the purple gem. They're in different place spots all over the game. So you've got purple gem in the first level. So this is now coming up to the end. You want to jump over. And there we have it. There's our first crystal. Or our first gem. Well, first crystal and first gem. So then you jump on the panel and it sends you right back out here. So then he'll do like this little jig. Well, he'll pull the crystals, gems out, and then he'll do this little jig, as you can see. Now you can press Y just to sort of speed it up, but Cortex is going to come back in a second.
Well done, Crash. I knew I could rely on you. Now listen carefully. These holograms are hard to maintain. During the course of my intellectual pursuits, I have stumbled across a force that threatens to destroy the world. The crystals are the only means of containing it. The fate of the world is at stake. It is imperative, therefore, that you bring them to me.
Are you there, Crash? Crash! Crash! Are you there, Crash? Are you there, Crash?
So now your sister's looking for you, because obviously you've taken too long to finding a battery. That's right, so now you can enter it again, and you can enter it as a time trial if you wanted to, but there's no, like I said, there's no point until you get your fast shoes. Or you can enter it again this time to collect, smash every single box, so that we can get the final gem. So we're going to go back into the level, and this time we're going to smash every single box, and we're going to see if we can kill all the enemies in the process. Well, not necessarily all the enemies, but as many as it gets in the way. So that's one box. Okay. Now I want to get these two. So you just want to bounce and just smash them both. I like to slide and jump over there because walking through the murky water slows you right down. So you can slide kick if you hit the box. You can slide kick them if you wanted to. So you don't have to kill the creatures if you don't want to. If you can get past them without any, what's the word? Basically, if you do the level faster. Right. Oh, and if you collect 100 apples, that gives you a life, which I've just done, so now I've basically gone back to normal again. Well, I'm 15 now. So 100 apples gives you an extra life. So it's good to collect the apples. Keep bouncing away. There's all maximize, because this is the easy level. May as well get all the apples because they're there. Now these creatures, these little turtles, you can't slide in purely because the spikes will get you. And if the spikes get you, then basically you're dead. A C happens to be that's a checkpoint. If I die now, basically what will happen is I will end up on the checkpoint. I'm just going to bounce these boxes. Bouncing in these. Now, I could jump down there and navigate my way through the nitro. Nitro blows you up, it's a bit like TNT, but we'll get to TNT in a minute. If I hit that, then I die, but I need to get those two boxes up top there, so what I tend to do is I slide and jump right last minute, like that. So you slide and then jump right at the last minute, and you can get that far. Now here, I'm going to break that because it's more of a deceiving one. So basically, I want to do a super jump. So that's that. Hold right bumper or B. I use the right bumper because it's just easier. Now basically what I got to do is I got to run, slide, and then this ostrich will duck and then crouch. But I need to get to the ledge above him. But I shall show you how that's done. So basically, when not that. So basically, I have to kill myself because I need those boxes. It's pointless going to complete the level if you miss a box or two, because that's I basically want the crystal. So again, late jump. Now I'm not collecting the apples because I've died once and I can't. You can also slide jump up there because it gives you height. There we go, now I'm up. Okay. And the second one isn't so bad, you just slide once, jump, and jump. So there we go. And then you can come back and get these boxes. So that's not too bad. Jump on your bird because he's in your way. Now this green box here, you'll sometimes find it in the middle of a level, sometimes find it in a secret part of a level, or you even find it sometimes at the very, very end of the level. It's a green box. If you spin it, you hear an explosion. All of the nitros in the level will explode by hitting the green box, which then will make the journey a lot easier. Right, so I'm going to come over here and I'm going to get the mask again. I'm going to get a new checkpoint so that I can still keep all my boxes, and when I die, I'm now not down in that bonus part, or not bonus part, secret part. There's a question mark here. If I land on the question mark, what happens is I fall down, and now I'm in the bonus area. Now the good thing about the bonus area is if I was to die in the bonus area, it doesn't take away your lives, it just gives you a second opportunity, a third opportunity, but an infinite amount of opportunities to complete. You don't lose lives. Basically what happens is if you die, you end up just up by the question mark again, you can try it again, you can try it again and try it again. That's the good thing about the bonus levels. So you're going to check the boxes, and your apples. Keep going. Thought I was going to get him. I like to just run past these guys, get myself another checkpoint, and break all these boxes. Like I said, you don't have to get all the apples because the apples come in time. As you can see, I've got a second mask. He's now turned orange. What happens now is if I get the third time, I will become invincible for 30 seconds or so. Now, this is you've got to time this creature just right, so you've got to be able to keep an eye. There's the box. Do you see that? I just called the box. It was just up there. There was a hidden one right there. Where those leaves are. If you jump on that creature too soon, you miss the box. So the amount of times I've done this level, and it said you're one box short, and I couldn't find it, and it was that one. Okay, so when I spin on these moles. And then once you kill the moles, they give you a mushroom. This is where the purple crystal was. So far, I'm doing really, really well. If I press Y, look at your inventory. I've got all my boxes. I've got 7 lives, 2 apples, but that's because I've just got an extra apple. And there's my. See what you can call it, whatever you want. You can call it white crystal, silver crystal, whatever it's, or a gem. I'm going to call them white gems. I'm going to call them white gems, purple crystals, and whatever coloured, and a blue gem in this case. So that's Tertial Woods. Okay, so what we're going to do now is to speed up the process, you just press Y. So let's just have a listen.
So, you are helping Cortex gather crystals, yet you have acquired a gem. Interesting. Well, Crash, know this. As long as you are allied with Cortex, you are my sworn enemy, and I will do anything in my power to stop you. If the fate of the world is truly your concern, you must gather the gems, not the crystals. If you obtain all 42 gems, I can use them to focus a laser. Yes, a laser beam that will destroy Cortex and the space station he has created. Until then, I must use my forces to stop you from gathering crystals.
Okay, so basically he's a bit of a silly guy. He has just told me that Cortex has bigger plans. Right, okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to enter Snow Go, and I can tell you this now before we even go into Snow Go, we're not even going to get the red crystal, and I shall show you why. Anyway, so let's go into enter Snow Go. Okay, discover and finish a secret route for a special gem. There is a secret route, for, hopefully we will be able to get the special gem, but we'll try. There's the TNT. Basically, you bounce on your TNT, and it counts down from 3 seconds to 1, and then boom. So here's my invincibility mask. Basically, all you can do is you can just run, and it breaks boxes in its path. It breaks anything in its path. Even damages TNTs. Oh no, killed myself. Didn't think I was going to slide that far. Let's try again. Right, bounce onto the TNT and spin into the arms. I like to sometimes wait for the explosion. The reason I do that is because sometimes the game can glitch, is what some people call it, and if you go too far, the timer stops and the box doesn't actually get destroyed. But that just could be a glitch. I don't know if it does happen all the time. It has happened to me a couple times. Now, ice is very difficult to navigate on. You just sort of slide, destroy. Now, you've got to destroy all the TNTs, so I've got to break the timer on this one. Oh, gone the wrong way. Just wait for a second. Ice skating is pretty difficult to navigate because you tend to slide, and it's really slow when you try to change directions. Watch out for the seals. Okay, so see where the ice is slippery. There we go. Now this part of the level is more like an introduction to the level. I believe that the level actually officially starts. Boom. Now, this is where the level starts. Alright, so break these boxes. Careful with the penguins. Now when the penguins are spinning, you can't destroy them. They tend to just bounce. You just either bounce on them or they can kill you. So you just want to try and get them when they've stopped. Now as you can see there's a ledge that's about to fall. Basically it's on a sensor, so you go slide into these seals. There's another one there, so you run and you slide. Therefore you beat the timer. Now, the reason I say about not being able to get a crystal, if you look on the left hand side of the screen, you see that? You got to get that from a secret level. Get to that secret level soon. Anyway, so time the run just right. He's going to spin, wait. Jump and destroy him. Watch out for the TNT. I like to get these boxes before I do my bonus. And I also like to get... And I save that one there because if I was to lose him in the bonus level, then I'll have him by the end. So you want to jump over here. Please. Right, jump, collect your apples. So this is a bonus level. Hold right bumper to get that high one. The apple. Not the apple, the life. You want to jump on here. Jump off. Slide through all those boxes. And done. As you can see at the bottom, I've got 10 out of 10 boxes in that bonus section. So I want to come this way. Slide and jump over there. I like to slide and jump because then I guarantee that here we come backwards. Now it took me a while to find this one across the wall. Again, it said you were like 40 something boxes shy. That was because I didn't spin this one. So now we hit the checkpoint. Jump over here. Jump in. He's about to spin. Get rid of him. There's the purple crystal hiding. see, I landed on his head, so which meant I just bounced. But if I ran into the side of him, I would have died. Right, there's hollow boxes there. That's because there is a special secret box somewhere that needs to be hit, which is bounce on these. And you hold jump. Boom. There's a big silver box up there. That gives us a life and an apple. Next time it won't give us a life, it will just give us apples. Jump, one more box. There we have it. 74 out of 74. That then turns into a white crystal. And now we can complete the level by jumping on the platform. And that's the second level because, like I said, we can't get to the red crystal. So he'll just spit these gems out. Well, gem and crystal. Press Y just to speed that up because it just takes too long. And we're now going to go and hop into Hang 8. Failing a bonus path does cost you. Right, now basically there's three crystals in this level. And I'm going to try and do them all in one. And it's going to be bizarre the way you see it. And I'm going to end up most likely sacrificing something like a life. So I'm going to wait here. You should see in the bottom right hand corner. I'm not sure if you're aware of it or not, but there's a timer. I've got to get to the very end of the level before the timer runs out. And that will give me a crystal. Then I'm going to do something really silly. Maybe I'm not going to do something really silly right there. I'll explain to you that blue in a minute. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for this again. Through here. Just a boost. It's just jump button. Don't hit the continue. Like I said, you will understand exactly why in just a moment. Don't worry about that blue panel. Again, you will understand that in just a moment. So hippos will move out of the way. 28 seconds now to complete the rest of the level. Blasting away. Jump and everything away. 15 seconds. Okay, now what I tend to do is I've collected my crystal, and it says here I've only got 10 boxes out of 74. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to kill myself. Now the reason I killed myself is I'm now going to go back to the beginning of, well, to the first checkpoint that I got, and if you press your Y, you can see that I've already got the purple crystal and now the white one. So now I can end up going in here and focusing on collecting boxes. So I've got the boxes on the first crystal, not the first crystal, first checkpoint. So we want to come back this way. We don't have to rush now, we can just take our time, collect boxes. Steering is left, right, normally. It's a lot easier than walking on the ice. Just slide those and hit our bonus. Let me know we're safe up to this point. Okay, bonus levels start off quite easy, but they do tend to get harder. So that gives you time to collect all those. Run and slide under those, just to get that one. Sometimes I like to test my skill. By bouncing. Life. A few more apples. We've got 70 apples, 11 boxes in one life. Down here, and now we're going to enter this one. Sometimes this level takes me first time, most of the time I will probably lose a few lives. the advantage is it gives you loads of boxes each time. It keeps giving you the advantage of having extra life. So I'm going to jump over here. Time this one just right. You can time it right by watching your shadow. See where your shadow lands. That way you know when to land on a box, when to land on a creature. Checkpoint. And I told you sometimes I take ages, sometimes I take the first time. This looks like it's going to be a first timer. Right, so what we tend to do is down here, there's an exclamation mark. Look at that. Back. Push yourself back. And that's filled in all these other boxes. So boost on the jump, that gets you one distance. Back again, boost on the jump. The last one. I've lost my mask, and there's the green box there. You want to spin on and hit that. That makes the rest of the levels easy. Don't worry about the flowers in front of you. Look, nothing happens there. Jump on the blue crystal and it sends you back here. So you want to jump and on that one and jump on that one. So that bonus bit there, the blue crystal, is basically hitting boxes. Just lets you basically get 100% boxes. So currently I am on 69. Jump. And then there's 4 here, and that should be my last 2 boxes. And 74 boxes. So there we have it. I can now run, slide into the flower, and there we have the crystal. Gem. Jump on the platform, and I've managed to collect all 3 of those first time. I know I died a couple times, but I went in the level with none, come out the level with all 3. Okay, so crystal, there's the gem, and there's my other gem. So to speak now.
3 crystals. Not bad. I see you are getting the hang of it. I need to conserve power. I will communicate with you again after you retrieve the 5th crystal.
Okay, so that's 3 of the levels. I'm going to end this video here. If you enjoyed what you've watched, please give me a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you want to be notified for any future videos that I upload, please hit the notification button. And if there's any comments that you have, please put them in and I will read them. And with that, thanks for watching. Bye!